Hello and welcome to Bricks and Bits episode number 27. Today we're joined by our special guest, Brick and Nick, who is a Lego Twitch live streamer. That's like his main gig, but he's also got a YouTube channel where he occasionally uploads. How you doing, Nick?
I'm doing well. How is everybody here?
Everyone is good. Or at least I'm good. I don't know about Justin. Great.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
We're good.
Good. We're good.
We're
good.
Today's episode is generously brought to you by Blaine's World. If you've watched Bricks and Bits recently, you've certainly heard about Blaine's World. If you ever need Lego parts or minifigures at a fair price, be sure to check out Blaine's World in your time of need. He has incredible customer service and offers a great variety of Lego for your Macht collection or whatever it may be for. Oops. That's Blaine's World on Brickheadz Instagram, link below. I can't talk. Anyway, you guys can check out Blaine's World. He's an awesome guy. He's got a lot of Lego. If you need to buy Lego, that's the place to be. All right.
There you go.
Into the podcast we go. We have a lot to cover, including some breaking news, but we'll get to that.
That is true.
Dun dun dun.
And it sucks because it's breaking, but like
we'll play a
when
breaking
we release
news
this,
song.
it's going to be old.
Yeah, it's going to be 4 days old. That's
Breaking a week ago.
Yeah.
At the time. All right, so everyone's life update. Anything general going on in your life, Lego-wise, non-Lego-wise, you guys want to talk about?
Well, it feels like it was just yesterday we recorded the last episode, so like,
Yeah.
Was pretty much
hasn't
just
been
yesterday.
much.
You've come to a very big decision, Justin.
I have. What is it?
You're not gonna sell your.
Oh
your
yeah.
big
Okay.
Lego-
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
wait,
I mean, the
can you
vote
talk
isn't
about-
over, but
Can you explain
Yeah.
to Nick what happened?
Yeah,
and
what's
then
going
can you
on?
tell him about how
Yeah.
the seller messaged you?
sure. Oh, okay. Just bringing that up to the public.
I didn't know. I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, it's fine. I was
hoping you were
going
gonna
to
be public with that because I think that's
Okay.
so fascinating.
Yeah.
It is now.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, it's now.
What I was gonna say is that basically, I don't know if you're aware of Market Street, Nick.
Market Street, yeah, the set, of course.
Yeah. So I do this thing where I have Lego bookmarked on eBay. So like, and I actually unbookmarked it after this because I'm like, I did this. This is it. But yeah.
All right.
So I have Lego bookmarked, and basically every few minutes I'll click on the link, and it'll show me all the first results for Lego.
Yeah.
So when I clicked on the link, it showed the results for Lego, and there was one just called Legos, and it was the Market Street set.
Wow.
It was $25 bidding, so I best
Whoa.
offered it for 100, and the seller accepted it. And there was
Yeah.
another one of the Lego mosaics that was like $25 bidding, and I best offered it for 75, and they accepted it. And these were sealed, so the seller didn't have any feedback. Kind of sketchy. But because I've been scammed like this before, but no, the sets came, opened them up, and they were 100% sealed. So I got those two for $175, while one of them is like $1,500. The other one is usually like $800 sealed. So
Incredible.
it was incredible. It was incredible. But I left it up to my viewers. Do you want me to keep this? And I'm not saying I'll open it. I don't know if I'll open it. Or do you want me to sell it to a friend and use the money to get a laptop? But my viewers voted for me to keep it. So that's what happened.
Yeah.
So there you go. Now I have Market Street, and I got a great deal on it. And the other day, the seller messaged me, and they were like, "I saw your video." At first, I thought it was positive. And then I said, like, "Oh, thanks for being in good spirits." But I read over, and I'm like, maybe they were kind of being kind of jealous about it or something.
I mean,
but
I'd be a little upset.
yeah.
yeah.
But like, how do you get to the point of owning those sets and not just like not realizing?
I know. I don't know. I mean, they accepted it for $100. It's crazy. But I mean, if the seller is listening right now, I'm going to keep it. It's going to be beloved for years to come. Maybe I'll even open it. We'll see. I'm still up in the air about that, but I'm actually leaning more towards opening it now.
I'm gonna come over and open it for you. I'm telling you, just get a display case for it though if you're gonna open it. So
definitely do something like that for sure.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like that's the kind of set you open and then you like kind of like reseal the box and you put it behind the set. So
honestly,
you display nicely.
yeah, that would be a good display case.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
It's so crazy that the seller messaged you though. That's like the most fascinating part of the whole thing to me now.
I know. Well, what's crazy is that people freaking looked up because I didn't reveal the title and everything in the video, so people literally, I don't know, people didn't.
I don't know how people found it because I couldn't. Like, I looked for it, remember, and I just had you send me the link because I couldn't find it myself. So I don't know how the hell people found it.
Yeah, it's weird.
And I promise
So
you,
they
it
somehow
wasn't
found
me
it.
who
They
told
messaged the seller and they said, "Hey, Just Too Good just made a video about buying this from you, and what a great deal he got." And then that person came over and looked. It's like rubbing salt in the wound, you know.
Yeah.
But that's the way it goes, I suppose.
Yep. Wild.
So yeah, that's my little Lego story for the week.
Very cool.
Any life updates, Greg or Nick? I know we don't have anything prior to go out for you, Nick, but anything crazy happened lately for you?
Lego wise, I did some cool charity streams earlier this week.
I noticed that. Did you not have 2,000 viewers the other day?
I was on the front page of Twitch on Sunday.
I thought I saw that.
So
I was like,
pretty
oh my
insane.
god, that's great.
awesome.
Yeah, it was cool. It was actually
That's
it's weird
super
because
cool.
this was my second time being on the front page, which is super awesome that I've had those opportunities. But I gotta say, this year front page was like significantly more well behaved than last year.
What?
Like last year, I was dropping like bans left, right, and center because we were just coming
Really?
in like swearing, saying horrible things,
Oh my
and
gosh.
I like literally didn't have to do anything this year, and I was just so confused.
Was
I'm like,
it a charity stream last year that got
It
front
was.
page?
It was also a charity stream.
And they
last
were
year.
saying bad stuff?
Yeah, people were awful, man. Like I don't know.
Oh my
I guess people have just like cleaned up their act in the last
I
little
think you
while.
just
Maybe,
banned
like,
all the bad
trolls
ones
are getting
last year.
tired. Maybe I don't know. But even
Did
my
you
friend
ban people
had done one.
yourself, or is there like a moderation team?
No, there's moderation. Like I have mods and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Like I do some of it myself because it's pretty easy usually. There's like a little icon next to their name, and I just click it, and then they're gone.
That's cool.
But I do have mods in the case like help is needed and stuff. But luckily
Right.
it wasn't necessary at all. It was great.
Very cool.
That's
That's
good.
So it was fun
good.
times.
So why? I mean, like, I don't get why trolls would go on that in the first place. Like, are they like jealous that Legos getting to the front page?
People are
Like,
looking to get a rise out of anybody. So
that's true.
you know,
Yeah.
people
I think
they
we
throw
all
out
know
insults
that.
and stuff. They're just trying to see
Yeah.
if they can get a reaction. And so I've gotten used to just like if you don't give them anything, they give up and they go away pretty quickly.
That is true.
That's good.
That is true.
Yeah, so I just swing the ban hammer and I'm done with it.
That's the way to go. Some people don't learn that way. I have to tell some of my friends sometimes. Just like, dude, if people are giving you, I guess I'll say shit because I don't want to say the word because I don't know. If people are giving you
you a hard
crap,
time.
just ban them or don't talk back to them. Like it's so
Yeah,
easy.
don't acknowledge
Like,
them.
They'll go
Yeah,
away. Like they get
that's
bored
true.
after like 3 attempts. I promise you.
Yeah,
Like they will go away. I don't know.
Yeah, if it's like really bad, I just ban. I don't even question
Right,
it.
yeah.
If someone's like trying to dance the line, I'm like, hey, look, I'm gonna let you know, like, you can start being cool from this point forward, and we'll be fine. You try one more thing, you're done. Like, no ifs,
Right.
ands, or buts about it, and that's my rule. I'm gonna stick by it,
Yeah,
and it served me
that's
well.
definitely a fair dictatorship over there you're running.
Yep.
That's why
Gotta protect the community, man. Like having one extra viewer is not worth
No.
ruining the entire
Yeah.
vibe of like a stream or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So
So you stream on Twitch, which I guess we didn't start off with by saying. We just kind of went into that.
we talked about. You mentioned it earlier.
Oh, I guess, but like, so where did this whole like Lego Twitch streaming start? Because this, I would wager to say this wasn't a thing 2 years ago.
It's been a thing for almost 3 years.
Okay, so I haven't known about it.
I'll
until
give you the
June this
breakdown
year,
though.
that's
I'll give
for
you
sure.
I'll give you
I
like
wanna
my
know where
little
it started,
story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you know. So I discovered Twitch in September of 2015 through Destiny. I was a big fan of the game Destiny, was playing it a lot. And I think like somehow probably through Reddit, I stumbled upon like hearing about people live streaming and like even finding people to play with through live streams. And that's kind of what it interested me because I'd been playing a lot with my friends, but they had started to lose interest. So I was just curious to find more people to play with. And I was like, maybe these live streams could be a cool place to go find people. So I discovered Twitch, started getting into it. And then at around the same time I had discovered Twitch, I had also learned that creative had become a thing on Twitch earlier that year. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. Like people doing painting and artwork and sculpting and things like that. And I was like, I'm sure there's got to be people doing Lego building on here because, you know, every other platform like YouTube and stuff like that has Lego builders. And I'm like, I'm sure there's a community for this here if creative is a thing. And lo and behold, I started searching and I couldn't find like anything. I was like, man, there's nobody doing Lego building on Twitch. And I was like, how cool would it be if I was the guy who was doing Lego building on Twitch?
Yeah.
So I took a couple months, kind of prepared everything. And then on January 1st of 2016, I started streaming. And my first stream was a Lego building stream.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah.
how did you grow in a space where there was nothing to grow? Like you know, if you start a YouTube channel now, like there's bigger people, like you can kind of work your way up, but like there's no like path there. At the
No,
beginning,
you're
if that
absolutely
makes
right.
sense.
And honestly, that has still continue to be a challenge in a sense, in that there is no community to kind of
Right.
you know connect with, grow with in a sense. When I first started streaming though, I was doing actually just 1 day a week of Lego and 3 days of Destiny. I was so into the game at the
Okay.
time. I was playing it a lot, so it was something I wanted to do on stream, and it was an excuse for me to like find more people to play with and stuff. So admittedly, because I was so into the game, I was obviously inspired to build stuff from the game as well. So that actually kind of became a way for me to get the word out on Lego building, was through the Destiny community. I started sharing my creations. People thought they were so cool. Luckily, apparently they weren't that horrible, and that kind of helped bring some awareness to it. And the Destiny community on Twitch, especially for Destiny 1, the original game, was like massive. Like, I don't know if it still would be, but it was like the most streamed console game on Twitch, in terms of like hours and stuff like that. So the Destiny community was like really, really tight and strong,
Yeah.
and had like, I guess, a lot of influence on Twitch as well. So I guess that being my connection to the streaming world ended up being a positive, and that a lot of people who like video games and stuff have interest in things like Lego as well, and it kind of helped me grow a little bit, and that I was able to connect with people who were doing Destiny, and then some of their communities and stuff like that were interested enough in Lego that they wanted to hang out and watch, and luckily it helped me grow.
Yeah, that's a
little bit.
cool way to start growing for sure.
Mhm.
In a
Yep.
space where there's just nowhere to grow. If that,
Exactly. Yeah.
like a plant on concrete. Or
Yeah,
a seed, I
yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like.
I found my way into the cracks nearby, and I just sprouted and sprouted.
Yeah, that's really
pushed my
cool.
way
So
through.
you said you recently found, I guess this is kind of where Greg wanted to go.
Yeah.
You recently found out about like YouTube, the YouTube side of the whole Lego thing, or something like that.
Yeah,
How-
I mean,
Like,
I
what are
hadn't.
the comparisons that you can draw there, or differences?
Honestly, I think the first thing I'll note is just how frustrating it is to find live content on YouTube. Like, you kind of already need to be following a channel in order to even know if there are live streams happening.
Right.
It's really frustrating to me that there's no portal I can go to just see who might be doing live
Mhm.
streams, which is like obviously Twitch's primary purpose is to make it easy to find content, and find live streams, and YouTube's catered towards videos.
Yeah.
But I think it was through Kevin Hinkle, actually. Kevin seems to always be the connection for things in one way or another in the Lego community. And I discovered some people who do live streams for different things relating to Lego on YouTube, guys like Bricksmith. And that kind of started to expose me to the YouTube community in general a little bit more. Because admittedly, I'm not much of a video watcher. Like, if I'm going to be hopping online to watch stuff, it's usually hopping on Twitch to connect with a lot of my friends and stuff, especially because I've made so many through streaming.
Right.
So, watching them on live on stream is sometimes the only way I can, touch base and connect with some friends. So it was really cool to have like something to draw me in a little bit more and start to learn about more people, including like MNR. That's, kind of how we connected and stuff as well in a way.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I see. My question is more with
Mhm.
relation to how you keep viewers entertained while you build. Like, I'm not saying like how do you interact with your viewers while you build? Because that's
Yeah.
the problem I'm thinking about if I ever start doing gameplay.
For sure.
How do I play the game and then entertain? Like talk to the viewers and interact with video.
If I can like maybe offer like advice or talk about what
Mhm.
I do, it's definitely like I would say thinking out loud is a really good way to just appear engaging. You always, if someone comes in and sees you just sitting there playing a video game, they'll be like, oh, this guy's boring, he's not doing anything. But if you're
Mhm.
sitting there talking about what you're doing, kind of like thinking out loud, being like, oh man, I'm gonna move in for this play, and like show that you're engaged and reacting, even if there isn't anyone that you're engaging with necessarily.
I like that.
That's
Yeah.
really, really helpful.
Thinking out
That's
loud.
a good-
Thinking out
that's some
loud
good
is an easy way. And
Yeah.
then the moment you do get someone, like even if you just have one person, like make that person your best friend. Get to know everything about them.
That's awesome.
The way I think of it is like, if someone is willing to spend some time with me here, I should be giving them my full attention. Like, why not, see how much we can connect and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's definitely what I did when I first started.
Right.
And I didn't have, necessarily as big of a community as I did. And then just talking about life, like talk about things you're doing outside of the streaming. I would say TVs and movies are always a good topic to talk about. Anime is huge. Like, man, sometimes when I bring up anime, like chat goes off for like an hour or two, and, and I don't actually watch anime, so I literally have no idea what they're talking about, but they get crazy excited about it. Food's always a good thing. People love food, right? So it's always great to talk about too.
Yeah.
So
And
just
then, of course,
engage the audience pretty much. But
Yeah.
one thing that I've noticed on Twitch, at least in some of the respects that I've watched in terms of people that are gaming,
Mhm.
it seems like the audience there at least when people are playing video games, because obviously their intention is mostly in the game as opposed to the chat or whatever.
For sure, for sure.
The audience on Twitch seems like it doesn't matter whether you talk to them directly or not, just that you're being entertaining with what you're doing. Whereas on YouTube, I have a live streaming channel on YouTube, and that chat needs to be like the #1 priority. They want to talk to you and they want you to respond to what they're saying. And it's this constant back and forth, which you can do when you're building a Lego set like you are.
Yep.
But I feel like the Twitch audience may be quite a bit different from that, whereas they don't necessarily need you to engage that much.
I would say that more so applies to gaming specifically. For creative streams, I think a lot more people do enjoy being able to be interactive because there's more of an opportunity to do so. When you're watching like professional gamers and stuff like that, at the end of the day, like tons of focus is required to perform at their best, right? So people like watching those professionals play because the gameplay quality is there. And I think most people would be very understanding that the interaction from that person is not going to be there because they're putting their focus into their gameplay. Whereas with Lego building, it's something that happens a lot slower in general. And I would say it's taken a lot of practice for me to get to the point where I can still have a very good balance of making progress with the builds and having conversations with people and stuff like that. But I would say, especially for smaller content creators, there's always going to be more of a focus, like you said, on engaging with chat. Like that's what people are coming in for a lot of the time, rather than just, watching kind of what's happening and not wanting to engage. Though I do have people who love to say they just love to keep me in the background while they're doing their work and stuff like that. And I think that's super duper awesome that they find that to be something they enjoy as well.
Yeah, I get that all the time. I think for live streams, people do like to multitask while they're either listening or watching. So that's when you are having a really active conversation, that definitely works in that aspect. Maybe at some point, I don't know if you want to go into it now, but can we talk about numbers?
Sure, I'm cool with that.
Whether it's, I see you have 7,000 followers. You've been doing it for a little over 2 years. Are you monetized in Twitch, or how does the whole making money thing go? I know you can for sure donations, or do you have to
break that down?
Do you have to be a partner to accept donations? Okay.
Nothing like that. So I would say 3 kind of levels that you can exist in on Twitch. There's just a regular streamer, so anyone could start streaming. They could put up links for donations. They could have a merch store if they wanted to. There's so many like quote unquote free ways to set up for people to support you. You could set up a Patreon if you wanted to, if you're not an affiliate or partner. And then affiliate is the first level up. Doesn't have crazy requirements. I think you need to have like 50 followers, 3 average viewers over the course of the month, and stream for like 8 hours a week or something like that. It's pretty minimal what you need to do to achieve affiliateship. And then at that point, you get some of the monetization tools that a partner on Twitch would have. And partner's kind of like the top tier level. That's like getting verified on the platform and unlocks the most options and the most flexibility in terms of how you can monetize and what things you can provide to people who are choosing to support you. So when you become an affiliate, you have access to subscriptions. So subscriptions are different on Twitch than they are on YouTube. A follow on Twitch is more like a subscribe on YouTube, whereas a subscription is more like a Patreon subscriber, I guess.
They have memberships on YouTube, which would be the
they do. Okay, cool.
And how much is it to subscribe then to someone on Twitch?
The default level is $4.99. It's also free with Amazon Prime if you have Amazon Prime, which is pretty cool. There are higher tiers if you do want to be a little bit more supportive, and that can unlock slightly different benefits for the person who should choose to do that. Then there's something called bits. So that's like Twitch's donation currency. I guess I would compare that to Super Chat on YouTube, because I know you can pay to have like a message highlighted. Is that if I'm correct?
Right. Yes.
So that's like Twitch's kind of built-in donation currency. And then those are the main 2, actually. There are like things like extensions and game revenue. So if you're streaming a game, people can choose to buy it through Twitch and you get a small cut of that. There's like extensions that you can integrate into the stream as well, that kind of like there's like games and overlays and things that you can do to interact with the stream and have revenue come through that as well. And then ad revenue is something that's exclusive to partners. So affiliates cannot run ads on their channel as of right now and get paid for them. Sometimes they get run automatically, but affiliates do not make anything that, while partners do.
Are you a partner or an affiliate currently?
I'm an affiliate.
Okay. So your primary monetary source would be donations then?
Actually, no, it would be subscriptions.
Okay, so you can get subscriptions as...
I can get subscriptions, but what the people who subscribe to me get is much less than what a partner would get for the same thing. Essentially, it's the primary reason people would subscribe is emotes, access to a channel's emotes on Twitch. They're very popular emotes. So I have 3 emotes total. And if you subscribe to me for $4.99, you get one. If you subscribe to me for $9.99, I think it is, or is it $12.99? I can't even remember how much it is. $12.99, I think. It's 2. And if you subscribe to me for $24.99, you get 3. So there's 3 tiers of emotes. Whereas like a partner, if for $4.99, you could get up to, I believe it's like a max of 60 emotes now.
Oh wow.
You have to be insanely popular to get that, but there are basically tiers for depending on how many subscribers you have, you get a certain number of emotes. So I think where I am right now, I'd be around like somewhere between like 7 and 10 emotes or something like that, if I'm like remembering correctly. So you get like, you kind of get to give a lot more back to the people who are supporting you for being a partner, which is why a lot of people are striving for it.
I see.
A lot of people strive for it. Yeah.
Whereas really, I guess if we're comparing YouTube streaming to Twitch streaming, YouTube really doesn't have any of that. They have, obviously you can make ad revenue through people watching the video.
Yep.
And then you can get super chats, which Google unfortunately takes 30% of the
30. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they take 30% of that. And the unfortunate thing, I guess, about live streaming on YouTube is that typically people only watch when it's live, which makes sense. So the ad revenue from the videos that you make really isn't that great.
Okay,
because
gotcha.
people tend to only watch when you're actually there doing it.
And,
so
and that's what I would expect for
to
live
Twitch
streams,
and why
right?
you're over there. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Because there's, although Ryan, you said they are integrating like a membership thing on YouTube here soon.
It's already integrated. You should be able to get it with 100,000 subs. I don't have it. I can't use it. I don't know why. YouTube blows my mind.
I've not even seen that.
Like I said, as far as I know, most of the support relating to YouTube live stuff has been like there's no YouTube live streaming team anymore.
Live thing. The membership is just like I think it does have benefits for being live, but it's also for the channel itself too.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Like,
but isn't it true they're rolling it out to more people other than people that have 100,000 subscribers though? Or is that not happening? Okay.
Yeah, I would know.
Nick, I was gonna say, how do you become the highest tier, like the partner?
The partner, yeah. So the partnership
requirements
are pretty much they're looking for basically just 75 average viewers, without the help of what are called host arrays, or like just like special events. So a very common thing on Twitch is a hoster array. Basically, when someone ends their live stream, they send all of their viewers to another one. So rather than just kind of going offline and letting everyone kind of just do whatever, a nice thing to do is kind of encourage your viewers to go check out someone else. So almost every single time I end my live stream, I look for someone else doing Lego building on Twitch, and hopefully that would maybe introduce one of my viewers to someone else that they could watch. So it's a nice way to kind of spread the love and share the communities and stuff like that.
We gotta start doing that on YouTube, guys. Come on.
It's not a thing.
Yeah.
How many viewers do you average per stream, just on average?
Right now, I'm averaging around 50.
50.
You get in there. You might be able to get a partnership after Bricks and Bits when all our viewers go check it out.
That would definitely be amazing. But one thing I'll say is, and it's actually, I think, kind of tying to what Brickheadz was mentioning earlier about people being cool with like watching gamers and not necessarily interacting. Right. I do think there's a lot more of a limited audience. And maybe the reason why Lego building isn't a thing or isn't as big of a thing on Twitch is that I think the audience that is already watching Twitch isn't necessarily super interested. And I think there's almost like limitations to how big Lego building could become on Twitch in a sense.
Yeah, there's probably a cap somewhere.
Somewhere.
I doubt it's reached yet, but there
probably I don't think so either. I do believe there's a lot more potential for it, but I do think the community is always going to be a little bit smaller. And so, yeah, I just feel like that has kind of been something I've definitely like noticed, and because now I'm almost at 3 years of streaming on there. So
yeah,
definitely start to get a good idea.
Myself, it's like I think the only people that if I were to move over to Twitch, like move my whole live streaming channel over to Twitch, I think the only people that would come over would be the people that I already have or people that I really push over. I don't think there'd be a whole lot of people that are on Twitch actively be like, oh, I want to go over and watch this guy build.
Well, that's where I would like to disagree, because the brick building community, which is originally there were community pages on Twitch for quite a long time, and we did our best to like build that up to be a place where like if you were doing Lego building on Twitch, like this is where you should go, because there are people who actually go and look for Lego streams here. There's now a tagging system, so we're using the tag as a way to kind of unite people together, and then there's also a Discord channel, and there are like I think somewhere between like 15 and 20 people who are doing Lego building on Twitch on a regular basis, and lots of people who watch those people on a regular basis as well. So while it is still very, very small relative to like anything else on Twitch, there's still kind of a community building around that. So I would certainly say you may be surprised to find how many people might enjoy seeing your stuff and who aren't watching live streams on YouTube,
Yeah,
but
I
may
think
enjoy finding you on Twitch.
one of these days I'm gonna have to go on there and just kind of look around because you said
Yeah.
15 to 20 people. Like I said, you're the only one I know of because I met you at Brickworld and I was like, oh, that's a thing. But yeah, 15 to 20, that's more than I would think. So I'm definitely gonna have to look around and see who else is out there and kind of how they do it and what the whole deal is. I'm interested.
See, yeah,
You
even
guys
right
might be on the
now.
ground floor.
Yeah, so even right now, I'm just like, I'm popping in. I have a bookmark saved to check the tag, and there's 3 different people streaming Lego building right now. Actually, someone new I've never seen before.
We got a new guy.
You know, as I'm thinking about this, I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but
no, please.
I almost feel like for how long you've been doing this, 2 years plus, I almost feel like if you had just started a YouTube channel where you made YouTube videos and did live streaming stuff, I feel like you'd be bigger and further ahead than where you are now.
You know what?
YouTube.
I don't think you're entirely wrong about that, but I do think overall, if Lego streaming on Twitch does get big, I could be at the top of that. Whereas with YouTube, I will never approach the level that the
Definitely,
big YouTube.
Like the quality of stuff you do, and just like there's no way you wouldn't be leading the pack there, in my opinion. Like, you do great stuff, you make great builds,
Thank you.
You have a great personality for it, and like if it ever goes as big as like I think you hope it to be, like I don't know who else would be like ahead of you. Like, I think you'd have a great chance of being the guy, the ninja of Lego.
Well, thank you. Arguably, you could say I am, because I am the biggest Lego builder on Twitch. So
I guess, yeah.
I mean,
it's just very small.
Did Ninja pose with one of your creations?
I did. I met Ninja in person.
That's so
He
cool.
was very kind to take a picture with my build and share it on his Instagram actually and tagged me,
That's
which was really cool.
Yeah.
Nick, why don't you do highlight videos and upload those to YouTube to push more people over to your...
I suck at YouTube content.
No, you just take the funniest moment or memorable moment, throw it up as a 2-minute video, and throw people over to Twitch.
I honestly, I don't know what it is, but I have a very hard time like finding what that is. And admittedly, I just significantly enjoy the live streaming environment so much more than even what I think of my own videos could be like, and even what you're talking about. And I'm sure people would enjoy it. But I would say it's like my streams are much slower paced, that it's hard to find those little moments of highlights that are actually like meaningful. Whereas like for gaming, like there's always, that like 2-minute clip where like you get this crazy play happen that doesn't necessarily kind of translate in the same way with Lego building, I feel like. So time lapses are something I do occasionally and are a great way of kind of highlighting what I've done in a stream. And I love doing kind of more like catered videos where like I actually film and talk about the builds. But I'm trying to simplify it a little bit so that I can do it more often, more easily. But I have to admit, I just suck at like getting it together to get YouTube's up. Because I haven't uploaded a video since August, which is awful. Woo. And I have like five or six plans, but
I mean, the biggest.
I just having such a hard time getting the ball rolling.
It's not.
I love the idea of turning it into a speed build. I think that's a fantastic idea. It requires no editing other than speeding it up. Throw it up on YouTube and be like, if you like seeing this kind of stuff, come over to my Twitch channel.
I mean, the speed build stuff is nice and the highlights are nice, but I think the best thing you could do really would be to like upload your finished builds and like talk about them. I think
that's what I've done quite a few times. I guess I'm like,
be successful.
Honestly, I think I'm like incredibly harsh on myself and like how I want those videos to look and stuff like that. And I think I really need to simplify it and just like not, I don't know, maybe it sounds like, I don't know if it sounds conceited to like hold myself to such a high standard for what I want that quality of video to be, but I think people would enjoy just watching me build like a little bit. And I'm like trying to make it too highly edited that it's overwhelming for me to like even think about doing. Whereas if I just kept it simple, I think it'd be a lot easier. But I think I'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
One day. We'll see him on YouTube.
One day. I had a good streak for a couple months where I had a video like at least once a month, which was good for me. But
that fell apart.
No, but I mean, if your audience is over on Twitch,
oh, absolutely,
feed them.
No, and I didn't never want to slow down my schedule on Twitch because it's so much fun, and it keeps me super motivated to just get builds done, which is like one of my favorite things about streaming Lego building is like I've never built at a higher rate than I have when I've been streaming on Twitch because you literally don't have a choice. You go live, you have to build. You got to figure it out.
How long have you been building? I looked back on like the last page of your Flickr and it made me chuckle because there's just some old stuff. Like I see some old
man,
Star
you went
Wars
all the way
stuff.
back there.
I just clicked the last page and I just took a gander.
So I first created my
Okay.
Flickr account in like 2007. So I actually had a different account first, and then I got this one because I think my dad was like signed up, and I got a free Flickr Pro account, so I could go beyond the 200 limit that existed at the time. But I've been building pretty much my whole life. Like I've never had a Dark Ages. Around the time when I like probably most people like lose interest and like maybe around like high school and stuff, that's when I had discovered Flickr and such, and that's what drew me in, was just seeing all the amazing things people were building. I'm like, I don't want to stop building. I want to get really good and build stuff like these awesome people I'm seeing online. So I'm just gonna keep it going.
Do you have like a favorite build?
Yeah, the Lego Movie logo, which I built in 2014 before the release of the movie, and I got to display that on a local breakfast show, and then 2 of the Lego Movie premieres in Toronto.
That's awesome.
Which was really cool.
I've probably seen it because I've seen a brick built logo of that like in real life. So that's.
Is this yours, like Lego Movie logo with the crane? Is that the one?
Yep.
That's the one?
With the Lego back, with like the containers in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
That's
awesome.
pretty dope.
Thank you.
I like that. They should have made that. I don't know why they didn't make the Lego Movie logo like as a set.
They totally
have
should
a lot of pieces.
Like
totally
just
should
like
have.
it is there. That's like a solid size, $25. I don't.
They
Like
could-
people would buy that.
I feel like they could have just like made like a plastic stand too to hang it from. They didn't actually have to make it a Lego
Right.
homes, and people would have loved to just have the Lego logo, like the Lego Movie
Yeah.
logo by itself hanging.
That's a weird thing. I just thought about that looking at yours. I'm
Yeah.
like, why didn't they make that a set? Should have been a set.
I'm actually a little upset about the Lego Movie 2 logo, if I can tangent for a moment. Because I built the Lego Movie logo. I did the Lego Batman movie logo as well. I've done both of them at half the scale of the actual logos
You
themselves.
didn't do Ninjago though, so you hate Ninjago.
No, Ninjago was just a lame giant brick build, and I was like, I don't really care to emulate this because there's like nothing cool about it. Whereas the Lego Movie had the crane, and
Yeah.
of course the logo being like 3-dimensional, and then the Batman movie logo had at least like a bunch of greebles and stuff, so there was like something interesting about it.
Mhm.
The Ninjago movie was just a giant brick build, and I was like, there's nothing interesting here.
So what's wrong with
But
the Lego Movie 2?
The Lego Movie 2, they used like non-existent pieces. They like did like this bunch of weird
Those blue
transparent
ones?
blue and
Yeah.
purple, and like you can't really. I don't know how I'm gonna emulate that with like actual Lego. So that'll be fun to figure out.
Huh. Like I know
Yeah.
I didn't think about that from your perspective, where it's going to be hard for you to rebuild it. I just thought it was like a cool looking logo.
Yeah, it is a cool looking logo, but I'm like pissed off
Definitely
that
is
like,
going to be
it's
hard
not
to build.
buildable. Yeah.
Huh. Maybe you can get some Lepin in the house.
Oh, don't
Oh,
you
no,
dare!
no,
Did
no,
you
no,
just
no,
swear
no,
on?
no, no.
Did
Did you just swear on the podcast?
Do you
Wow.
do that if someone ever brings up Lepin? You say,
Someone's
no
gotta get a
swearing
bleep
in the
there.
chat, banned. That's good. Did you just swear? Oh my
Alright,
god,
we gotta
that's
remember
great.
that.
I think I
time.
actually have that as a banned word. If you type Le Pen in my chat, it literally gets starred out.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't know that. I'm gonna go on there and try that next time you're live. Just spam up in the chat. That's great.
Tisk 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 tisk.
So we have anything else we want to cover on the Twitch side of things?
Hit
No,
me
I
with
think,
all
I
the
think it's
questions,
interesting
guys.
for sure. Like
Yeah.
I'm really I'm intrigued by it. I guess for all of us though, being YouTube people first, I guess the biggest challenge, and maybe Ryan's already experiencing this, or he could talk about it, is getting that audience over to Twitch, to move from YouTube to Twitch. Because it's easy when you're already on YouTube for people just to click that when they
Oh,
see
for
you
sure.
live.
Yeah.
But how do you push them to a whole new platform that they're maybe not experienced in?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like, for me, trying to get people to watch me on Twitch, it's different because it's not like I'm building Lego. I'm like, no, I'm playing Call of Duty on Twitch. It's not
Right.
even remotely.
You're in a different market and a different platform.
Yeah, and there's been
It's tough.
a few people
Yeah.
that come over and they're there every time, and it's nice. But for the most part, I'm trying to build it from Twitch because it's easier as opposed to just like my Lego viewers for the most part probably don't play Call of Duty, which is fine. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a
think-
weird thing to try and do.
I think the biggest thing that Nick kind of highlighted here that makes sense to me is it seems like Twitch has more, I don't want to say respect, but they look out for the creators more. There's more opportunities there to actually make it something that they value your time and you can earn revenue from, as opposed to YouTube.
I think they're really like Twitch has it locked down on like having really great and pretty easy access to revenue tools over YouTube.
I mean, when you're
100%.
talking about the membership thing on YouTube, where it's only $4.99, which you said is the lowest tier that Twitch has.
And I would highlight that's like definitely the most popular by far. Like having a tier 2 or 3 sub is very rare.
Sure. But you also you don't need to have 100,000 subscribers to unlock that potentially, which Ryan
exactly.
Yeah,
Ryan doesn't have it unlocked yet.
I've met the requirements and I still don't have it. It's kind of ridiculous versus Twitch, which seems to be more on the up and up. Like they're more like, oh, we got this going on, we got that going on. Here's this.
Yeah, they make it a lot more accessible for sure.
Yeah. It's I don't know.
YouTube seems really sketchy on a lot of that stuff. Like I want the merchandise shelf, which other people have. My one channel has like my one channel's pretty big, doesn't have it. My other channel not so big, doesn't have it. I actually messaged YouTube's like support, and they're like, yeah, we're eventually gonna be rolling that out. I'm like, any estimated time frame on that? And they're like, no.
And I don't want to make it sound like Twitch is like necessarily super great with communication either, because like their support kind of feels like the same thing. Like you're throwing it out into the void, and you might get just like some standard reply. And but I do like, I don't know, like Ryan, if you've seen like the achievement system, have you like messed with that at all or looked at that at all?
It too much, no.
Okay. Because basically Twitch actually like tells you exactly what the things are that you need to hit to get these things, and when you do hit them, you literally get like a button to go in and apply and like set that up for yourself. So if you get your dashboard, you can go to achievements, and it literally like has it. And this is a more recently implemented system, and it's definitely been getting fleshed out very nicely. Admittedly, towards the partnership side of things, it's pretty much 75 average viewers, and that's like the line. If you don't get that, you're basically out of luck. But for leading up to that point, I do think it's really well set up to help guide you into it, and it's not like this mystery. It's like these are the requirements. It shows you your progress, and you can work towards those things.
Yeah, it's really good. They've got it really nailed down there. It seems like from an outside, I mean, I guess I kind of started to do it, but from a mostly outsider's perspective who hasn't researched it much, like it seems like they got their stuff together, which is nice.
It does seem nice. I'm actually looking at your page right now, Nick, and it looks, I don't know, I like it.
Thank you.
If we could ask one more numbers question, because that's kind of like the thing that would probably make my decision. Out of your 7,000 followers, what percentage of those are people that pay monthly to support your content? If you had to.
And admittedly, subscriber numbers are not usually something I always talk about, but I don't mind.
You don't have to give like actual dollar figures, just
well, it's very easy to math out.
100 people, 1,000.
It's like between like 150 and 200 that are usually financially supporting in some format.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. I appreciate you sharing that.
No worries. I got you.
Because there could be other people listening to this too or watching this that are like, this could be the big thing that pushes a lot of people in the Lego space to come over and at least give it a shot.
Of course.
Right now, and I would love to. You have a chance to dethrone Nick as the ninja of Lego building on Twitch.
Give it a shot. Your opportunity is going away quickly. I have some cool things coming up, so I'm going to be continuing to push for growth. So
where's your blue hair, Nick?
You know what? My hair is getting dyed, actually. That was one of my charity goals recently.
It's happening.
And the color that was picked, and this was picked by my bot. So I have a lot of Twitch streamers will have bots in their channel that help do moderation and have information available for people to access without me having to do anything. So we actually use my bot with a randomizer to choose from 5 colors for my hair. And one of the suggestions from a viewer was light bluish gray, and that's what got picked.
Oh, you're gonna look like another person.
So it's basically to be silver, but we worded it as black. That was a little more fun. So
Nick's about to put on 40 years.
It's for a good cause.
It's for a good cause.
How long is it going to stay dyed like that?
However long it takes to grow out of my hair. So probably not long, because my hair
it's going to
really
fade
fast.
though too, which will make it look even worse.
I know. It's probably going to look like tips, like the old school, like when people used to do their tips. Yep. I'm not looking forward to that part. I might cut it like at that point and like just get it.
I wouldn't blame you at all. That's really cool though.
Yeah,
I think you should rock it.
But I do want to like talk about like this is after, for where I am, that's after like 3 years of streaming, right? So I've built up a long dedicated community. I don't want to set like false expectations. Like you can start streaming and start making, like building a strong community within a couple weeks. That's not a likely scenario.
Right. So you're saying if someone comes over tomorrow, they'll be a millionaire.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, to be honest though, you've really done a lot of the hard work. You've set the foundation is kind of what you're doing in that space.
And that's honestly a continued goal of mine, is to have like, and it's been awesome to see like people like my friend Parky, who I know is streaming right now. They say they started streaming on Twitch because they found my channel, and like now they've developed their own community, and it's so awesome to see that. And I would love to continue to be able to empower people to feel like they would want to start streaming Lego building on Twitch.
Definitely. That's a really cool goal to have.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we can move off the Twitch topic for a little bit here. We can go back. If
Thanks for
anyone
letting me
thinks
talk
of
about it, guys. I
anything.
love
Yeah,
talking
it's
about it.
That was
fascinating. Definitely, if you think of something else, or if any of us have a question for you, bring it up. But I think I'm gonna skip my BB-8 theory. I want to
Make
go to
that a
Black,
video.
BB-8 theory.
Black VIP card. Well, because I'm gonna talk a lot about the Black VIP card, and I don't want to do both. If I do the BB-8 theory, maybe we'll do it next week or when I have Ross or something. But because Ross will keep me on that for half an hour, it'll be fun. So the Black VIP card, where do we begin? It has been nothing.
Just say go watch the video.
Nothing short of disappointing. It has been an embarrassment to the LEGO group. It has been an embarrassment to the LEGO Star Wars theme, and I feel like the best way to start this is I didn't buy the Millennium Falcon to get the Black VIP card. Like obviously, it was completely additional. LEGO didn't have to do it. However, LEGO did it. LEGO was like, here's this VIP card. We're going to give you a full year of benefits. I didn't wake up at 5 a.m. to get that VIP card. That's not what I'm upset about. I'm upset that they gave me the VIP card and told me I was going to get stuff, and that I didn't get cool stuff. That's what I'm more so upset about. So there are two Black VIP card holders in this call right now, fortunately. Brick and Nick actually you have one, right?
I do.
You do have. You just said there are. You confused me. But yeah, so the final promo for the Black VIP card is this coffin, as I've called it. The card coffin for your VIP card. I have the picture up on screen now for everyone to see. Greg and Justin, as impartial outsiders, what do you think of this beautifully designed, all black with yellow hands card coffin?
I will be honest. I like it. I actually ordered. Well, we'll get into the whole scandal that happened on Lego Shop at
Justin,
home.
it's been nice
funny.
having you on the show.
Greg,
what do you think?
That's an exclusive torso. That's an awesome exclusive torso.
But that's the only thing about it. Well,
what do you? I mean, you asked for an exclusive set, and then you got an
this
exclusive.
This is trash. This is not what I had in mind when I said exclusive set. This is
even though I'm looking at the ad right here, it says, "What can you expect this year? Exclusive contest." All right, they did that.
Contest, not contest. Access. They wrote contest plural. It was one contest.
It was one contest. Okay, but they had a contest. They even showed what was on here. They showed DJ the polybag. They showed
may as well
that
put a
crappy
trash can below it
stormtrooper or whatever. They showed what they got, and now that you have an extra one that they didn't even show.
I did not get a stormtrooper. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. Look, I'm looking at this poster right here. I'm looking for this first poster that they advertised this.
The email.
The crappy one. You know which one it is. I didn't know if they gave it away or not. Yeah, I have it. I just posted it in the chat.
Like cashed out Lego. Oh no, that's the different thing. Okay, don't click that. Posted it in the chat.
I liked when you thought this was a joke, Ryan. That made me laugh. What I'd like to see you do with this is actually turn that into a coffin.
Oh.
Do a little mock where you kind of put cornered edges up on the top there.
I like the sound of that.
It would just be great. Maybe Nick, you should do something like that for your stream. That'd be fantastic.
Are you going to get one,
Nick?
Nick? They are free, or they're free with any Star Wars purchase, I believe is the deal.
Do it, Nick.
I will find the cheapest thing to buy.
That's what that's what my video is gonna be. The video would just start silence, like me recording my screen, and it would be me going on Lego.com, themes, Star Wars, price low to high, add to cart and buy. That's my idea. So
I think that's a great idea.
Little $3 keychain or whatever the hell, but it's been nothing but disappointing. Is my view on it. And you said
I like the torso print.
That's the only thing there is to like about the entire year of rewards, Justin. Think about that, though. A torso print is the highlight of the year.
Justin does love minifigs, so
I love minifigs. Hey, for me, I wouldn't. As you said, you didn't get the Falcon for the thing. I wouldn't have gotten the Falcon for this myself, but I want that figure. But I don't regret anything, and yeah. That's it. I did not expect
to regret.
I did not. Yeah, I don't expect anything on this level from this promo. So this actually surprised me because I expected them. Remember, we talked about this before. I said I expected them to do nothing exciting, nothing good, because they do this where they just re-release promos and stuff in different ways. Like, it's not the best thing, but again, this is what's to expect from Lego.
Yeah, I said this before we started the call. All Ryan wants is to feel special as a Star Wars collector. They offer him something where it's supposed to be exclusive, or they make promises where they're going to deliver. Yeah, but they set the hype and they just don't fulfill that. So maybe the moral of the story is don't get excited about anything.
I'll be honest. I like this better than I liked Escape the Space Slug, which I do own. Like that had nothing exclusive to it except the box.
That set
Escape
was
the Space
sick,
Slug
dude.
is what I expected when I heard.
But that has no exclusive
this.
prints or anything.
Who
I thought you
cares?
wanted
It's
something
still a
exclusive.
dope set.
Yeah, just like
I don't know, man.
like they do. Like think about it. Like Star Wars Star Wars Celebration last year. They did the Imperial set, right? I didn't get one even though I was there. BS, right? However, they could have done something very similar to that for the VIP members. I talked to somebody and they said that there were probably about 5,000 Millennium Falcons sold between their release and the end of the year, which sounds like a pretty correct number, and he's in the know, so it's probably right. And like 5,000 is something you can make 5,000 sets of something, and it makes sense for a promotion to just do once. Sure. For a year full of promotions, and let me pull out my paper here.
You can't say a year full of promotions and not give away hardly anything.
Okay, let me. I have it quoted. Nick, I do want to hear what you think about this still, because you do have the card, and you like. You're not. I don't know. Maybe you're just not as outspoken about it as me, but I don't think you're as upset as I am. That's just
honestly,
the way
like
I feel.
It's like kind of just like flown under my radar. Like I don't remember ever getting an email I was excited about. I'm just like, cool, I have this black VIP card. I actually have my card number memorized, so I don't even take my card with me.
That's cool.
So it's like just sitting somewhere. But I definitely agree with you that especially this is like the final thing is like, man, this thing's lame.
Okay. So, quote, full year of LEGO Star Wars themed benefits. Here's what a full year of LEGO Star Wars themed benefits has gotten us. I have it on paper here. The promotions kicked off in February with double VIP points the entire month. Mind you, the next month they did double VIP points for everyone. Double VIP points is not special to me at all, or nor should be to anybody.
They do that too often for it to be.
More importantly, because you can get 20% off on Amazon every day, and like double VIP points is lame. Let's just be honest. It's not that cool. It just sounds cool. The name just sounds cool, but it's not that cool. I don't know. The Platinum R2D2 raffle. So one of like 5,000 of us was satisfied with the black VIP card promos. That happened in like May, I think. Then again, May 4th, we had the Y-Wing blueprint. I unfortunately missed out on that. I was ashamed.
What was that?
Exactly. It was I
literally don't know.
I got you. It was I will see, this is the problem. Let me get you the link. Hold on.
Shoot me a link in Discord.
Yeah. Images.
Ryan, do you think LEGO could do something, being that there is so much interest in Star Wars, do you think they could do something where it's not necessarily free, but you pay like a membership fee per year where they actually give away something awesome throughout the year? Like, would you pay $20 to become a Star Wars VIP member or something like that?
Considering what I just saw with this, and it was free.
No, I'm saying you're putting money in the pot, so they have to deliver something.
You guys see the link. It would have to be very upfront about. I mean, as a big LEGO Star Wars guy and someone who makes videos on LEGO Star Wars, yes, but like if I was going to recommend it to like, I guess Nick, right, who's not as like doesn't make content based around it predominantly, I guess. I would probably be like, Nick, be careful, Nick. Don't waste your $20 here. They're probably gonna just forget about it. Probably wouldn't be wise to put $20 down. But I personally would put it down just to do it. But I don't know if it would be smart to like go around recommending it to people based on what I've seen so far with this. So this is the wiring blueprint. It was like a
this poster is pretty cool.
Like a regular piece of paper. You had to spend $35 to get it. I got a comment on one of my videos that said they were just giving it out to anybody at their local store. So this wasn't very exclusive, apparently. So
they probably ended up with so many that they just had extras to give out.
That's after again the problem. You can't just give away what's supposed to be a VIP thing to everyone. Then in late June, they came out with the free DJ minifigure. Did you get that one, Nick?
Nope.
Do you know what the DJ minifigure is?
Is it the one in the picture on Discord?
Yeah, the one in the middle.
Oh, okay.
It was a polybag. Toys R Us released that one months before, so I already had it. Most Star Wars Black VIPs, I would assume, already had it because it had already been out for months, and if you gave two craps about Star Wars Lego, you would have already had it because it was available to everyone.
Makes sense.
So that was absolutely ridiculous. And then, so that was late June. 6 months later to fill out the full year. We have the card holder. All right, so great full year there.
Yeah, that's
So there was
underwhelming.
so after June there was no promotions in
There
between.
was nothing. There's been nothing since June. This is it.
That's weird because they had that one Stormtrooper, so they didn't even give that one out. Huh?
Yeah, they show the
Once
stormtrooper
again,
as like
we already
something.
everyone who cares to have a stormtrooper already has one.
But they didn't give it out.
They didn't give it out.
It's
but I
weird to
don't
show
want them to
something
give it
that
out.
has no
Yeah, that's what I'm
involvement
saying.
in anything.
It's like almost
either.
they canceled it or something. I don't know. Weird.
They gave those away 2 years ago. I don't want another one. That
Yeah.
was the worst May the 4th exclusive ever. That's why they were trying to give it
Yeah,
away.
well, I'm
It
just
is-
saying,
it
like,
says they're
this poster
exclusive
shows what
access,
they
though.
have. Yeah,
Exclusive access to what?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Like,
I'm saying it might have been canceled or something.
like honestly, like Cloud City, I should have been able to buy 2 weeks early as a Black VIP member. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe that's
I don't know.
I
about
bought an
that.
$800 Lego set, so now I'm entitled to get something else early. Come on, that's VS.
I honestly
That's
think that would have
other
been
people say, but
reasonable. I don't think people could be too upset
It's
about
like,
that.
dude, they.
I think what it comes down to is they should under promise and over deliver on things.
That's
would
always
probably
a
be
better
better.
way to go about stuff. 100%.
I just
But like,
feel
here's a card, you might get something next year, and then they give you away 4 things. You're like, yes, this was awesome.
Yeah. I really feel like if they just gave me the card and didn't say anything, I would not. There's no way I'd be mad right now. If they just gave you this card and they're like, "Here's your special card," end of story. There's no promotions with it, nothing extra.
Right.
You just get this.
And then in
really
June, they're
cool
like,
looking
hey,
card.
since you have this card, you can do this awesome thing with it. You'd
Yeah.
be stoked.
Yeah, they effed this up so bad.
They very poorly positioned it.
I wonder. Okay, if we're gonna leave it at that, I think. Does anyone have a final? There's
Well,
someone I
was
want to ask about this. 'cause
I was
gotta
saying,
know, but
still personally, I like that card holder because it has an exclusive minifigure torso. And you guys mentioned Escape the Space Slug and that Celebration promo, which
Right.
had no exclusive pieces whatsoever.
it's not
So
about
to me, that's a
exclusive
true
pieces.
exclusive.
It's about just being a set that.
It's
looks
about the
cool.
box, yeah.
Yeah, the
It's the
box, I
set.
guess, would be the.
I actually
end-all
like
of that, but-
better that there's sets that if someone wanted to, they could go out and buy all those pieces and recreate that.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, we would know that we were the ones who got the actual set,
That's a really cool way to think about it.
right? I think that's
Yeah.
like a nice way to kind of separate it. This,
Interesting.
honestly, I think this sucks because now, like, anyone who's maybe a big Star Wars fan but doesn't have a giant budget would have bought the Millennium Falcon and maybe would love that minifig tour. So now they're gonna have to go through the trouble of digging through bricklaying, spending tons of money
Right.
to get this really awesome figure. That, I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, but like, I think having that box set experience is something a little different.
Mhm.
Because like the box
Interesting.
for this isn't going to be anything I care about. I'm going to open this and build it,
It's
and,
gonna be
Yeah, I
Polybag.
know.
It's
Well, I
gonna be
guess I
Polybag.
see it
There's no
different.
doubt.
and replace the stupid yellow hands that it
Yeah,
had
switch
for
out the
some reason.
hands.
That's shocking to me that they put.
Yeah, I don't
yellow
get the
hand- That's
yellow
why I
hand
thought it
part.
was fake when it got leaked. When the
Me too.
email got leaked. There was.
Legit.
Did you see the leaked email?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I thought it was fake when that got leaked. I was like, I kept looking at it and I'm looking at it and I'm like, this
Well,
is
there's
this
the spelling
is an
errors and
elaborate
stuff.
ruse. Great job, someone got
Yeah,
me. Someone got me.
No,
I
legit.
hope they're having a good laugh. And I'm like, oh, this is real. Oh no.
Yep. Mhm. Yeah, and I think Ryan had mentioned before we started the show, like the VIP set from this year of the the
Yep.
little store, like
Oh,
that's a
so much better than
cool
this.
set. Like, it's got great parts in it. It was just well designed. It's got all the.
Yeah.
Are those printed tiles or stickers? I think
I
they might
haven't
be
opened that
stickers.
set yet, actually.
I
the
have
polybag
it.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Polybag iconic VIP set. That set's incredible, especially in comparison to what they've done for the Star Wars one. Like
Yep.
regular VIPs are just way better off than
For sure.
Star Wars VIPs. Just
Mhm.
like I know we get both promos, right? But even so, like that's so much cooler.
And honestly,
Oh,
like
the
I would
Star
say,
Wars
like
one.
it may have not have to been that good, but like even a little bit of a smaller set
Right.
in that same vein would have been awesome.
Yeah, I just honestly expected something like not the Space Slug, but a set like the Space Slug, right? Just an exclusive
Yeah.
set in a cool box. Like they gave that away to Lug members, and I'm like, dude, you couldn't do that for the Star Wars VIPs. Not
Well, they
just
gave it away
general
to-
Lug
I mean,
members.
I got it because they had if you went on May the 4th, because I wasn't part of a lug on a certain time, you could like get it if you bought stuff. Like brought $75.
That was not made aware to me. I would have been there.
It was
if
a big promo.
thing.
That's how I got it. I wasn't part of a
It
lug.
was not a publicly announced promo, Justin.
It wasn't.
It was
Oh,
not.
I don't
It
know
was
how
a
I got
very
it. Then.
discreet lugs only. It was supposed to be for lugs only.
Let me see.
You talk to Brick Five about that. He'll tell you all about it.
Maybe we should go on the next topic.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm shocked Justin disagrees with me on that, but we'll leave it there.
But because I'm not part of a lug and I got it.
You guys settle
I
that
know,
later.
but you could because they gave it away to people that weren't supposed to get it, and you were one of those apparently.
No, I got it at the Lego store. You could even see my Lego store.
I know. I'm
Well,
not saying I
worthy.
don't believe you. I'm telling you they gave it to people they shouldn't have given it to. It wasn't
All right,
supposed to be given away to everyone like
I'll
that.
look it up.
All right.
Next topic.
What do we have here? Article 13. This is a Nick topic, I think.
I did bring this up, but I think this is something that could affect everybody pretty severely.
Yes.
I think it's something that's being passed in the European Union, as far as I understand.
Mhm.
And this is from a very limited understanding. So whatever I say, guys, take this with a giant grain of salt. I've done a very light amount of research on this, but from what I understand, this article is essentially going to make any content in, like, let's say you wanted to stream a video game on Twitch, okay, or have a YouTube video covering content from a video game, maybe highlights. Every single part of what is in the video game is going to be individually copyrighted in a way that you need to get permission directly from the developers to have and be able to highlight that content.
So what if a developer just went like, hey,
the thing is, from what I understand of the way this article is being set up, it's not going to be that someone to be like, hey guys, everyone's welcome to use this in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
It's in the same way that people are able to now, and it is limited to European people, but that will obviously affect European viewers as well. In that, if you have a video, let's say you make a highlight video from Call of Duty, a European person doesn't have the rights to go view that content because so many different parts of what's within that content are individually like split apart, like sound effects, graphics, and
so
I don't know, icons, logos.
Like Lego, where if I make a video showing
I 100% think that will also fall into that kind of stuff as well.
So we're all about to lose a huge part of our audience then.
It's time to push.
Potentially, obviously this is something nobody wants to see happen.
No, absolutely not.
No.
Let me see if I can get a tiny bit. Yeah, so this is reading someone who had like gone through some of it and summarized it. So if you're streaming a game, the sound effects, music, everything in the game is a copyright, so you need express permission. Otherwise, streaming that game or making a video about that game will be in violation of Article 13.
This has to be one of those things that if it does get passed, it'll immediately get revoked or reviewed or something, right?
Yeah, because it does seem like one of those things that they haven't realized the full repercussions. Yeah. But at the same time, maybe it's just who says these
sounds like it'll
putting
hurt
it through
the industry more.
I'm all about protecting people's rights that own certain things and people not stealing it. But man, sometimes they just go overboard.
Yeah, this is definitely an overreaction to something. I have no idea why this is a thing, but it sounds pretty nuts to me.
I mean, think about it like this. Like, I put my webcam on my TV and I play like a sports game or whatever and stream that. I can understand that.
Yeah.
But if you're doing something where you're altering the work and it's not complete thievery, then I feel like it should be allowed.
Well, like, I think for things like video games, like you buy the video game, right? So it's assumed that you access to the content to share it. And to a certain degree, of course, if they're using copyrighted music in the game, you would expect that maybe to get muted or that you can't, post a YouTube video with that or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
But why can you, like, I know with video games, you can stream a video game and you're playing it and reacting to it, right?
Yeah.
What if I just played a movie and I sat there and I like made some random jokes or laughed at different parts of it? Is that the same thing as streaming a video game in that regard?
Absolutely not, because you have not paid for the rights to share that content.
But with video games, you have, though. I don't understand how it has been.
I think with video games, it's assumed that when the game is purchased that, and I mean, at the end of the day, I guess you could argue it is kind of similar because I was like, it's free advertising for the video game. You're encouraging people to go out and buy it, but you could argue that I bought this movie and I want to play it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I guess why you have the copyright is different for that kind of stuff in some shape or form.
That makes sense, I guess.
Because it's definitely super illegal.
Yeah, for sure. But it's like super illegal with movies, but video games, it's totally fine.
Yeah. Different industries, different laws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do know, like with music right now, it's actually become a little bit of a point of contention more recently. Like, I actually no longer use any sort of copyrighted music on my stream. I listen to copyright-free music, which keeps all of my, like, I do keep like past videos up for about a month on Twitch itself. It just automatically archives them for people to watch. So none of my content is muted anymore. And it does prevent me from the risk of potentially getting having a DMCA'd file against me. Because someone could choose, if they're watching my stream and see that I'm listening to music I don't have rights to, even if I've paid to access it through Spotify. I'm not a radio station. I don't have like, a license to play that in a public space. They could choose to submit and be like, hey, like they could let the record label know, hey, someone's, playing your music without permission. And I could get a 24-hour ban with like a warning saying, hey, you're playing stuff you don't have rights to.
Fun. Yeah.
It's not. So I'm just like trying to avoid it. A lot of people do still listen to stuff and like they kind of, quote unquote, do that at their own risk. but Twitch does always mute the video after the fact.
Okay,
So.
that's interesting. I'm glad you shared that. I knew nothing about it, so
Yeah,
it's good to
something
know,
I'm
I
not
guess. But
too
there's not much
clear about, yeah.
any of us.
I
can
think
really
you'll
change
start
it.
to hear more and more about Article 13 as it gets closer and closer. Kind of
Do you
like
know
how
what
there
the
was a
date is?
lot. I don't.
Okay.
But there was a lot around, obviously, the internet stuff in the U.S., which I don't think we've seen the repercussions of yet. But I feel like that's going to kind of come out of nowhere, and everyone's going to be like, "Oh my gosh, how did we let this happen?"
Yeah, that was the same situation where no one wanted it, yet it still went through, and it's probably the same way.
Yeah, it's like, what's the point? How's the guy?
It's because corporations are the ones that buy their way in, and that's who makes the rules, not the people that actually want to vote for things and don't agree with it. It's Comcast, basically.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, you want to move on to a lighter
Wait,
topic?
before we move on, all right, clarification on this May the 4th thing. We were both wrong in some ways. Okay. So it was a private event, but it was an invite to Lego VIP members. So particular VIP members were invited to buy the Space Slug or spend a certain amount of money.
Right.
So it wasn't
most of those were Lug members, though.
You could say that, but I wasn't a Lug member and I got it. So it was private. You're right, but it was a VIP thing.
I don't know why I wasn't invited. Doesn't make sense. Why didn't they?
I guess it's probably how much you spend.
Apparently, you don't spend enough money. Yeah.
I don't know.
I spend so much money on Lego Star Wars. They can
not as much as other people. Trust me, man.
I don't know, dude.
Do you check your mail all the time?
I give more advertising than everyone else. I check my mail every day. What do you mean?
Yeah, because they sent it as a postcard.
Yeah, they didn't send me one. Trust me, I would have got it. All right.
Ripped.
Let's move on to some Lego set news real quick.
Alrighty.
We can cover a couple of big sets. I guess this is a good. I guess I'll bring this up as we talk about this. Nick, would you like to be a Lego designer one day? Is that something like one of your dreams?
That was a childhood dream job, like, for
just
sure.
You're so good at building, like it just.
Well, thank you, very kind of you to say. I do think I would love to, like, now that Lego Ideas exists.
Mm-hmm.
I guess like it's more of like I'd love to have a Lego set made, whether that's done through the designer, becoming a designer, or through something like Lego Ideas. I think it's awesome that like there's a potential that I don't need to become a Lego designer to have a Lego set made.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I'm very much like, this may seem silly in some ways, but I'm like very much a city boy. Like I live in Toronto, one of the biggest cities in the world. I don't think I want to move to a small town in Denmark, at least not at this point in my life. Like maybe it's something I would think about when I'm a little bit older, willing to settle down. Yeah. So that's kind of something like, and I think when I was a little bit younger, I would have been a little bit more willing to do that for a little while and then like move back. But now at this current stage in my life, it doesn't feel like something I have a strong desire. I would love to do the job. I don't like where it would be done.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things about Lego is just such odd locations.
Yeah. It'd be like if they had like a design place somewhere in the US.
They do in Connecticut, no?
Well, Connecticut's
not much better.
Yeah, I guess that's also kind of rural too.
But I thought Connecticut wasn't the design place; was more of just a business place.
It is more of a business place. Yeah, I don't think a lot of design happens there.
All right, well, let's move on. Some Captain America.
Captain America, yeah.
Captain Marvel, you mean?
Captain Marvel.
Same thing.
Get roasted. Yeah, pretty much for me.
The Marvel fans will attack you.
So this was a surprise Lego set. This is one of those rare ones where it just kind of shows up on the shelf and then you see it for the first time. I love when that happens. I like the design of it. I think people are saying it looks like a Quinjet. It looks like a military.
It is a Quinjet,
souped up fighter jet to me. Flick fire missiles are back. There's a cat in the set. There's flick fire missiles, yeah. I mean,
it might be it might be a rapid shooter, or like when you push it.
Yeah, it's definitely not like a flick. There's no way you're flicking that, but
yeah,
there are
unless they change the design, which you attach a piece to the front of the flip. Like
no, they on the box art you can see them. They're
I'm not looking.
Sorry, yeah, I know there's no box art on this page that we're on, but on the box art they are flick fire missiles.
That is so lame.
Yeah. I don't know. I like that they kind of keep them around though. Like they got rid of those big spring shooters from like the mid 2000s. I thought those were pretty dope. Not gonna lie.
The one they use with like Zerg and stuff.
Yeah, the bit with the giant rubber ends on
rubber head.
Yeah, they had one in the 2006 Slave One. I know that.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, they did.
Those are cool. Yeah, you could open up the little hatch and it was there. You could shoot people and close the hatch. I did that to my brother.
That sounds awesome.
But yeah, I like that they have like you can, so you're not always limited to a spring-loaded shooter or a stud shooter. You have like 3 options now. I feel like, and that's nice.
It is
as opposed to overdoing one thing, which I think makes it a little more palatable to get one or the other.
in 2019, the city sets have just crazy. They have like a new,
shooters.
the water shooter. They have the new circular like tile shooter. Like there's all these weird shooters in the city sets. So
Speaking of
they're
that water
introducing more.
shooter, I saw a lot of comments on the last podcast that people are thinking that's going to be an air shooter. It's going to just put out a puff of air that does whatever.
There's
Do we know anything about
way. It's
Oh,
kind
Oh,
of
on like the fire truck.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a water
Oh, man,
shooter.
yeah, I
They're
don't know,
saying
that'd
like,
be
you push
weird.
it, you push it over to the flames, and then you puff an air out of there, and it kind of pushes the flames over.
Interesting concept.
I don't know.
I can't wait to
Seems
get...
like an effective way to like simulate the effect.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Gotta
We'll see.
say.
I'm gonna try to
We'll
put
see.
water
I mean,
in there anyway when I get the burger set.
There you go.
I
There was a
want that
lot of
burger
people
set.
saying that, so I was like, maybe we were wrong about that. I don't know.
Yeah, there's no info on it, I don't think yet. Corner garage. I don't. Do you buy modulars, Nick?
Oh, the modular.
I do.
You do. So this is something you might be interested in.
Oh, I think it's a pretty dope looking set.
I like it too. I'm not a modular fan, but I've been impressed the last couple modulars. I just think they've had some really good theming to them, I suppose. I like the little details on this one, like Joe's garage, and then what's the slogan is "By accident we meet." Like
I do like that a
cute.
lot.
That's
That was
probably my
good.
favorite part of the whole set. So
Yeah. I will say the one thing I found weird is like for a car garage shop, there's no actual car.
Yeah, I noticed.
Oh.
That.
Like I felt like it was a little lazy for them to include a scooter and not do an actual like nice little car build. Like the tow
Yeah.
truck's great, don't get me wrong,
point.
but like the fact that the tow truck doesn't have anything to tow seems.
I guess they're expecting you to buy like the diner set that has
maybe, and maybe they'll come up with some like cool sets that kind of complement it well, which I think would be
they're
great.
trying to get people to buy more speed champions.
I don't know if this feels like the right scale for
I
speed
wouldn't
champion.
know. I'm just saying.
I don't even think they'd fit through the garage door. Oh no, they're 6 wide, right?
We'll make it.
Yeah, they're
fit.
6 wide. They're 6
Okay,
wide.
so they would fit. Okay.
Yeah. For me, it's just the garage is probably my least favorite part because it just kind of looks out of place with the stuff on the top. Like I like
Yeah,
the
the
two.
coloring.
There's the pet store and the one on top. Yeah, it's just I like the coloring of that dark orange, and then you just got this garage station plopped on the bottom. Takes up a lot of space. Like somebody pointed this out recently that I didn't even notice, but like they use a 32 by 32 base plate, but really the building itself uses half of that because they have this
'cause
like
gas
gas pump like pushed forward.
Yeah,
So you're
yeah.
wasting a lot of space with that, in my opinion.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I see what you mean.
$200. Who's buying it?
I'll purchase it eventually. I've tried
Eventually.
to own every modular
Okay.
essentially.
Do you
but-
have the one Justin got?
No, I started with Greengrocer. So
Oh, okay.
I'm
And
with
I'm
you.
not-
I
I'm not
started
worried
with Green
about-
Grocer.
yeah.
I need to get a cafe corner though.
I don't think I'm worried about getting cafe corner. I'm not that intensive a collector that I'm gonna be like dying to have that.
I feel like if they ever released one, it would be cafe corner. So hopefully they do. Or something.
Hopefully. You would have thought that would happen in 10 years though, but
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Big reveal time. 2019 Brickheadz. I'm excited to see.
Oh
these.
yeah,
I haven't
that.
seen
Yeah.
these. First reactions. Everyone ready?
Okay. Click on the first
top
one. Yeah.
link.
Top link?
What do we have here? Cash.
So we got-
Cash.lego.
ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's all of them. Oh, the reindeer is awesome. I like the ghost as well.
The ghost is really good for sure. Yo, okay, I just got crazy excited about the ghost. 'Cause- okay, one piece that I've been like dying for Lego to make.
Right.
And I mean they make the piece. It's the like it's like the tooth. So it's like half circle and then flat.
Yeah.
The bottom of the ghost eyes in black, like that part does not exist in black yet. And I'm so happy
Really?
happy
Oh,
to
that's
see
the
it.
first time. Oh,
There you
nice.
go.
Yeah. Well, it's the first I've seen of it. Hopefully it'll be in something sooner.
I mean,
but
for the scale of the builds you do, like those types of pieces, I think matter too, because you do a lot of like micro
Yeah.
builds. I've noticed.
I've
so-
done a lot of micro builds. Actually, so like literally I was building Super Mario World,
Mhm.
like one of the mini maps, and there's a little mushroom houses. And
Uh-huh.
I would have loved to use that piece as like a doorway because it looks perfect
Yeah,
for
it
that.
does.
But I had to use a round instead, and it just doesn't do the effect as well.
I see, I see.
That's cool to see. Sorry, I got super
Oh, there
excited.
you go. No, that makes sense. Yeah.
Whoa, what is that flower
buy a
piece?
couple
Look
of
at the
those.
flower piece next to the bunny here. It's like got 5 things,
Oh, you mean the
and there's
the
new flowers.
bunny? You mean the
I
dog?
thought it was a
The
dog.
dog? Oh, sorry, puppy. Yeah, okay. I didn't.
Valentine's
look at the name.
dog.
Anyway,
Oh, you never
Everything
saw
there
the 5
looks-
flowers?
there's 5 flowers. 6 flowers.
Those are from friend sets. I think.
Yeah.
I don't buy
elves, I think,
friend
back
sets
in
as
the
it
day.
turns out.
Yeah,
I'm
elves and
actually
friends,
a
yeah.
21-year-old male.
You gotta
You're,
get
miss-
them. Come
you're
on.
missing out on good pieces, man. Let me tell
They
you.
honestly, they
Yeah.
have great designs. Like the Lego friend set have great designs. They really do.
They really do.
You gotta get them. Yeah.
Interesting.
I think
What's
Puppy and Ghost are my favorite. of the bunch.
Yeah, the puppy's good. I like the tongue sticking out. That's a nice touch.
It is, definitely is.
What's this second?
I gotta say, the little elves are pretty cute though. At the 3-wide, I love the 3-wide Brickheadz. They've been so
And
adorable.
it looks like those actually come in the same set as the reindeer, so it's like all those for one.
Oh yeah, you're right. They're all the same set number. That's super cool.
That's kind
And
of
if you
cute,
got
too.
Mr. and
it's
Mrs.
reindeer
Claus,
and
you'll have the
elves.
whole family.
Yeah, you have the whole family kind of. That's
Good
awesome.
catch, Justin.
Very good catch.
Thanks.
But we're
It's probably
missing
like
a set number
10,
there.
20 hours set,
40352 just isn't there. Why?
Ryan's gonna make a video. Lego messed up again.
They've missed a set now. Like, I just want to know why.
It's probably a canceled turkey because there's no Thanksgiving one this time.
Yeah, it's also missing number 84. What's 84 gonna be?
Yeah, where's Thanksgiving
Oh
at?
my God, Thanksgiving is missing.
However, wait, there's 2 more Brickheadz. Maybe one of them are 84. Click the next one.
Oh, okay, good point. Let's do that.
It's a clown.
It's 92. So
Oh, okay.
seasonal Brickheadz, but not themed Brickheadz.
Yeah.
Is this the
Justin,
second
you want
week
to talk
we're
about
opening up?
what
the
we
clown?
talked about before, where they were supposed to
Oh.
switch back and forth every year?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So wait. Yeah. Actually, with the seasonal ones, so I'll probably make this in my video, but they usually have that every even year is brick built, and then every odd year is minifigure built for the seasonal sets. So, say in 2013 we had minifigure builds, and then in 2014 we had brick built animals. 2015 minifigure builds. 2016 brick built animals. 2017 minifigure builds. 2018 brick built animals, which were brick. But in 2019 they're once again doing brick built, no minifigures this time around. That makes me so sad because I
Me too.
really like the variation. I like these Brickheadz, don't get me wrong, but I like them switching between the two because it feels fresh each year. Because I like their little vignettes they used to do with the minifigures.
Yeah. Nick,
I agree.
Nick, are you a Brickheadz guy at all?
I've purchased many Brickheadz. I actually don't think I've ever built one though.
Did you get the?
That's funny.
You should be doing a streams with the Go Brick Me set.
I've
custom
stolen
ones.
parts from Go Brick Me so many times. They're such good parts packs, but I've never built one.
You should build some
Wow.
there. That would be cool for you to do. You
It
can
would be,
build
it would be.
subscribers.
A lot. Honestly, a lot of the other people let me on Twitch do all that stuff.
I'm sorry. Could you say that again? You cut out for me.
Oh, sorry. A lot of the Lego builders on Twitch
Yeah.
do a lot of Brickheadz,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
I let them enjoy that.
All
I see. I see.
Wasn't aware.
Yeah.
Here we have the Dragon Dance guy. The
Yeah,
next-
I like
next
that.
link below.
His name's Dragon Dance Guy.
Yeah.
They put Guy in there. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
China exclusive.
Is
for
that
Asia
is that going to be
exclusive.
one of those China exclusives?
You
Well, it's
say
got
that,
the
but I don't
piece
think
count
so.
on it, so that would
That's
make
what
it
I'm
an
saying,
American
yeah.
box.
So maybe not.
Hopefully not.
Interesting.
Kind of sucks that they would release this one and not the other
Yeah,
ones, because
right.
those other ones
Just
are
a little
so
tease for
Oh
everyone.
man, I was looking at those the other day. They're insane.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Last promo here, the picture frame. Again, this is probably better than anything they've done for the Black VIP card. So
Oh, no.
Agreed.
pretty cool.
I'm
set.
really excited to see if those little like plates on the wall with the Lego sets are stickers or
They're
tiles. They kind of
stickers.
look
You
like
just look
stickers.
at
They're stickers, yeah, because they're the same ones from the
Okay.
Lego
You see
brand.
these?
Oh, are they?
this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's actually kind of interesting. A lot of the builds of this is very similar to the Lego brand store builds of this.
For sure.
Mhm.
But,
So,
and it
yeah.
still looks good. And like Ryan said, it is better.
All right, I'll disagree with that because I do like that torso. Exclusive
That torso for you.
That torso, I just want it so badly. Yeah.
All
Which
right.
we didn't even mention with the Black VIP card how they were on Lego Shop at Home.
Oh,
No
you
more,
did?
guys.
How did
No
we-
more of that.
All right, okay, we'll let that go. That's been covered plenty in my videos.
Okay.
All right, Reddit question of the week from you/test track. He says, "Where do the podcast crew prefer to shop for Lego? What are the pros and cons of each?" I'm also interested what the Canadian version of this is because we're all
not
probably
much
about
different.
the same in America, but no, you guys do have still Toys R Us,
We do. I barely go to Toys R Us though.
right?
I'm not a huge fan of Toys R Us. Especially, well, I worked at the Lego store for 5 years, so I'm obviously
Oh, I
hugely
didn't know
biased
that.
with the store.
You guys have Mastermind toys.
We do. I don't think I've ever shopped there.
Oh, they have.
They don't
Lego
get
stuff
any.
early
They don't
as
get
well.
any promos or anything like that.
Right.
It'd be awesome to see them get like Target equivalents because we only get whatever the Toys R Us equivalents are, and there are sometimes exclusive. Like I know there was one earlier this year that was a Target exclusive. That was pretty cool. I think it was like the bakery stand or something.
Oh, the been there, donut that.
Yeah, I think
That
that
was
set was not
overpriced.
available in Canada at all. But
Yeah, because they closed
Um,
Target in Canada and then they closed Toys R Us in
Mhm.
America. We traded.
we did apparently. But personally for me, where do I buy my Lego? It's definitely a mix of Bricklink and the Lego stores.
Okay.
And then at the Lego stores, it's a mix of sets and PAB. I do rely on PAB reasonably heavily, especially for a lot of my larger scale builds. I'll
Yeah.
base what my build is going to be based on what I know is available on the wall, because then I know I can get the bulk to do them in large scale.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's cool. Do they ever let you buy the boxes? Did you say?
I've only done that like a handful of
Okay.
times.
I'm just curious because that's.
I've
like,
never needed
becoming
that
less of a thing
high
now.
of a quantity, but it is definitely less of a thing I think than it used to be.
Personally, I probably just bought for Lego Star Wars. I just buy it wherever they have it first. That's my decision made right there. Whoever has it first sold, for the price. But for other sets, it'll just be like if I'm buying something on sale, like if it's like the Statue of Liberty, if it's on a really good price, right? Like Greg had me like at Barnes and Noble, like I'll go to Barnes and Noble and buy it. Or if it's a set for 50% off at Amazon, I'll go buy it on Amazon if it's like a random little set that I want. So for the most part, just wherever has it first or wherever has it on sale, not particularly just one store or the other for me. It doesn't really matter. Speaking of the Statue of Liberty, Greg, don't build that. I heard you mention you're going to build it in a video like a week ago, and I was like, no, don't do that.
I almost started. It was over Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
and then I was like, man, me and Ryan ever gonna build this thing together? I know you're busy.
No, yeah, whenever. You text me.
Okay, we'll do it one of these days.
Yeah, let's get it done.
We'll do
Where
it.
do you shop, Justin? Besides
I was gonna say what Ryan said, whichever has it first, which seems like Walmart has it first because they don't really street date some like in the system, and then Target street dates a lot in the system. So like they'll have it 1st, but I can't buy it. But eBay is probably the place where I buy it the most because they'll have early sets, they'll have great deals. Barnes and Noble, the pros of going there is that I think I have membership there, but I don't really use it that much.
I think I have.
Amazon has Prime, Bricklink has rare sets, so each have their pros and cons. I've never got any Lego from Craigslist though. Have any of you guys?
I just put Craigslist there. It's like a funny one, but like marketplace things.
Yeah.
Random area, shady deals. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go. No, that's it. Yeah.
You guys are a little different from me because you guys are trying to get it first, whereas I'm
Yeah.
trying to get the best deal possible. That's my thing, is getting it as cheap as possible. So I usually just go with whoever has it cheapest, which is usually Amazon or Walmart.
What did you buy the other day that you made a video about? You broke your number one rule.
Oh, I bought Ninjago City Chase. Paid over retail for it, which I
Over
never
retail?
do. Or I didn't even pay retail, which I never pay retail. I paid over retail just because it's getting harder to find, and just it was 10% over MSRP, and it just happened to be the cheapest that I could find it new. So
What's that particular set?
Ninjago City Chase. It's just a small $20 set. But it was one of those ones that I kept seeing it sitting at like $16 forever, and I'm like, I'm gonna wait for that to clearance out. And then eventually,
Oh, okay.
My Walmart's had tons of these.
Gotcha.
I'm sure they.
I know they were all over the place, and now they're really not. I heard a lot of people saying like over the summer they were getting it for like $9. But my big thing is just getting deals, getting clearance, and I have fun.
Yeah.
You should check
With the
Barnes and
Chase.
Noble. Barnes and Noble always has like some sets.
Yeah, Barnes and
I've
Noble
seen
has
that
weird
there
stock.
last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I got it at Books a
Cool.
Million.
Books a Million.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Okay, let's cover our mock of the week, and then we can all go home.
This is a
All
good one.
right. Our mock of the week comes from Reddit, as per usual. Found about an hour and a half ago. We have. It's titled "When You Don't Have Enough Money, But You Have Enough Legos," and this is what they've come up with. It's the UCS Millennium Falcon in just this beautiful palette of pink, orange, blue, red, green, some grays, some translucent colors. You name it, it's probably there. This is like, I think this is harder to build than a lot of mocks. Like, even though you're using instructions, like just trying to piece together from random pieces in your collection.
It sounds exhausting.
Yeah, it does. Like,
Yeah.
I just can't imagine sitting there, like, especially a
Yeah.
set of this size. Like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
How many people are sitting there right now looking at all the pieces, trying to figure out if they have that or not?
Right.
Well,
This is,
usually when it's like a mix of like different random Lego brick colors and stuff, it doesn't look too good. But I think this one actually looks really good. Like,
I think because of how large it is, you
Mhm.
still get a sense for what it is, even with
Yeah.
all the craziness of the colors. Whereas if it was a lot smaller, you would lose that.
that's a good point.
enough,
That's
yeah.
a good point. Yeah.
This is from a year ago, though.
This is a year old. There could be an updated version.
Maybe.
Hey, it doesn't.
I think
have
I
to
remember
be,
seeing
it
this
doesn't have to be
circulate,
built
but-
yesterday to be Mock of the
Fair
Week,
enough.
Nick. All right.
Fair enough.
You've seen what
Very
were you gonna say though?
No, oh, I've seen this before. I'm making its
Okay.
rounds on the internet.
That's okay.
It's
Yeah,
definitely
I'm pretty
sweet
sure I
build.
saw it before when it was originally up, but I found it today. I'm like, that would be a cool
It's
Mock to
exciting.
show off.
We were talking some Star Wars today, so it's fitting.
Yeah, especially with the Millennium Falcon being the topic of
Mhm.
my pains.
Mhm. Yeah.
Anyway, any final topics you guys want to cover? Any final closing
All right,
statements?
so I think we should VIP card discussion.
We should what?
Let's talk about the black VIP card again.
Okay. I can go for like 30 more minutes.
No,
on that.
no.
You can just go live right now. We'll keep going.
And actually,
I don't even have it. I don't even have it just to around this week, so we're good.
I got you covered.
I have something I'd like to, because I feel like it was a lot of the live streaming stuff was more focused on what I was doing. Brickheadz, considering that do you have a dedicated channel for live streaming?
Yeah, here's the deal. I have a regular Lego channel, and
Yep.
I started getting like really passionate about live stream beginning of this year. And I was live streaming once, twice, 3 times a day, and I felt like people were getting really tired of seeing that on my main channel.
Okay.
So I just branched off and made my own separate live streaming channel. And that's where I stream all my stuff at. So it's just the people that really want to see live streams that are there, which is why I was so fascinated with you talking about having a streaming channel on Twitch and how those kind of differ and how they're alike. And I don't know, I just really appreciated all the information that you shared. It's great.
So if I may ask you, what's like when you do your live streams on YouTube, what's the focus of your content? Like what kind of, are you building sets?
I
What
do
like, what
everything.
you do?
In fact, what I find is that people aren't necessarily there for what I'm doing. It's just me being there and talking to them, and I could be doing anything. In fact, sometimes I don't even have Lego. I just talk. I do like late night radio shows where I just talk about whatever people want to talk about.
Yeah.
And sometimes those tend to be the best live streams that you can do.
Yeah.
But it's just everything and anything. Whatever I'm working on, I just go live and I do it. So Twitch could be one of those things that I eventually come over to. But again, it just is like, how do you get 5,000 people to make the jump?
For sure. Yeah, and I know. Do you guys probably know? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna blank on his name. Oh my gosh, how am I so horrible? I'm gonna find him. My different username. Whew, okay, it came to me. Do you guys know my different username at all?
No.
Oh, okay.
So
He's a YouTuber. Yeah. He's got a very large channel, admittedly. He does a lot of like Lego guns from like video games and stuff. And he actually does some streaming occasionally as well.
Oh, wow.
And now what he used to do, and I believe YouTube has banned or like made this not doable, is he would post a video with the title "I'm going live on Twitch," so all of his YouTube viewers would know to go look up his Twitch stream. But they've cut that out.
Yeah, a lot of the COD guys that I followed did that like daily, and it was like they would upload this 30-second video and they get like 200 views.
remember
it's kind of
those.
sad to look at.
Oh, for sure. It wasn't like literally. I never went to watch that video, but I was like, "Oh, I know he's on Twitch. I'm gonna swing on to Twitch to go watch him."
I never even swung up.
That was like at the age when they had remember when you could do like a video reply? Like it's kind of unrelated, but like you could reply to a video.
Yeah,
and like you have the reply girls and stuff like that. Oh, those were the days.
I have not seen this channel at all.
No.
He's a cool dude. He goes to Brickworld as well.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
It's kind of like Zazie Nambi's.
Yeah, similar. I have to give Kyle a ton of credit. Like his videos, like the reason he posts, you'll probably notice he's posted like 3 or 4 this year.
Yeah,
very few videos, but he puts tons of time and effort into like digging into the research. He actually goes into the history of the weapon. So I can definitely recommend his stuff.
Has he been doing this longer than Zazie?
I don't know. I haven't dug into the history.
7.
I can't say. I can't say.
I'm shocked that I've never seen or heard of this channel though.
Yeah.
So he's on Twitch as well then.
He hasn't been doing a lot recently. He does a mix of gaming and Lego on Twitch. When he's done his Lego stuff, he's usually working in LDD, so he's designing the models that he's going to showcase in his YouTube videos, which is kind of cool.
I really love your strategy too. That I didn't think I mentioned this, but your strategy where you started out in gaming and then got that little bit of a user base there and then converted to Lego, I think is a really smart thing to do. And I think if there's any Lego people that are watching or listening to this, maybe go over to Twitch and start doing a Lego game. And then,
that could be a great way too.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's a great way to connect the two pieces.
Unless you have to classify your channel in a different way.
But you can midstream. You can switch your category. So like, if you wanted to, you could start playing a video game. And no, honestly, like people have talked to me. Like I actually never did that myself. I never like went from doing a gaming stream to a Lego stream. They were always separate things. But
Right.
and a lot of people do that. Like if they, let's say someone gets known for playing a video game on a regular, but also want to play a different one. A lot of the times they will start their stream with the game that they know they're popular for, and then towards the end of the stream they'll flip what they're playing so that they can build up their viewership as normal, and then have them stick and hang out for the remainder. Whereas if you start with something people don't know, they may be like, oh no, I don't want to, I'm looking for this, not that. So
So Zotzi Navi started a little bit before My Different Name, but they've both been just uploading for like 8 years, which is cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Huh.
It's fun how you can just find something you never knew existed before.
Yeah, that's just
Like that.
I didn't know about that.
That's
guy.
why, and actually, did you, a lot of you guys with your like Lego building online? Where did that, was that YouTube that you guys like was your first exposure to that?
Oh
Or-
yeah, definitely. Because
Yeah.
Justin and I
So it
probably
wasn't
met
like
on-
Flickr
yeah.
for you guys, because I feel like a lot of people I meet in the community.
For
At
me,
some
it was
point-
for me it was Brickset. No, it was
Okay.
Brickopedia. Brickopedia 2008.
Okay.
Brickset like a few months later, and then Eurobricks.
Okay. Eurobricks. Gotcha.
So it was not like the first Lego YouTuber I saw was like 2009.
Right.
So after
Okay.
I joined Eurobricks, and it was Night Shot 99.
Okay.
Oh, Nick, you're a Star Wars guy. Did you watch Pizza Movies?
Pizza movies?
Oh, you're missing. Damn it,
Rip.
you're missing out.
You'll have to send me this.
I'll have to say
whatever
it's like the old Lego Star Wars stop motions. That's what kind of got me into it.
I used to watch was it
2007,
Forest Fire?
2008. Yeah, I think
Okay.
Forest Fire.
I remember Forest Fire.
Yeah.
I might have seen Pizza movies before. I just may not be ringing a bell for some reason. I feel like I probably would have.
He's a guy.
Cool. And honestly, I would love to. I would love for there to be a platform established for like everyone to be able to centralize, because I hate like the fact that there's so many things that none of us have heard about each other, and like vice versa.
Yeah.
I feel like sucks. Like it'd be so nice to have somewhere central for everybody to be able to connect on.
Thankfully, like this podcast will help with that because we're.
I think
Yeah,
so. Yeah,
definitely.
you guys are bringing in tons of different people, which and I'm super appreciative, by the way, for you guys inviting me on. It's such an
No
Yeah,
honor
it's
to be
definitely
here.
been fun.
Yeah.
Where can people find you?
I am on almost every single social media platform. So Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, obviously Twitch, YouTube as well. I apologize. No videos since August. I promise stuff is coming soon, though. Soon, TM.
Make one on Saturday. That's when this is coming
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
I'll be
Strike while the
working.
iron's hot.
Oh,
I work part time in retail on top
Upload
of
it before
everything, doing the
Saturday.
streaming,
Make it
so-
scheduled.
okay. Put the heat on you there.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys
Are you
evil.
on the latest hottest social media TikTok?
Which? Oh gosh, no, no, absolutely not.
So you won't find the brick.
but
and
I'm
Why
on
is
every
every
platform.
YouTube advertisement for TikTok, by the
Yeah.
way?
Every single platform as Brick in Nick, BRICKINNICK.
Yep. You'll find a link to probably his Twitch and YouTube down below.
Oh,
And,
thank you.
I think that's it. Do we have anything else?
I think we're good.
No, I thought that was
Alright.
great.
Thank you very much, Nick. We appreciate it. It's been a great time.
It was lots of fun, guys. Thank you for
Yeah.
having me
Maybe one day
No
when you
problem.
become super famous, we'll have you back on.
on. Or maybe when your podcast blows up, you'll
Yeah,
with the
that
honor
too.
of being on it again.
Thank you to our sponsor, Blaine's World. You'll find him linked down below as well. This has been Bricks and Bits episode number 27, and we'll see you all next week with AV Figures. Goodbye.